What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having an amazing day. We have got some really complicated family drama for you today. We're talking about a disabled mother who feels replaced by her sister-in-law, a son who thinks his mom is an unlimited grocery store, and a stepfather who thinks he is entitled to his stepson's inheritance. Grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive right into the stories. Our first story comes from the Am I the Asshole subreddit. It is titled, Am I the Asshole for Stepping In to Do Mom Things for My Niece Because My Sister-in-Law is Disabled? Original post. I have a niece, Gigi, 10, who is the daughter of my brother Chris and his wife Anna. Anna became disabled when Gigi was 4. It was triggered by an infection, and ever since, she has been mostly using a wheelchair. Obviously, this has been hard on their family. Anna was the center of their home, even though she had a demanding job. She had to quit her job, which is tough on their finances, and she is no longer able to be as involved with Gigi's school and extracurricular activities due to her fatigue and accessibility issues. I help as much as I can, school pickup and driving her to dance practice, going to school events if Chris can't make it, such as chaperoning field trips. My husband and I even took Gigi to Disneyland with us over the summer. I only do what I'm asked to do and within the boundaries of what I have time to do, as I have my own child, just whatever I can do to make things easier for their family and for Gigi so she doesn't miss out. Gigi's school is organizing a Christmas market. She and her friends volunteered to do a booth, which basically means the parents laughing out loud. She asked me to be part of it because Chris is really busy with work around the holiday period. I confirmed with Chris that this was the case, and he was really enthusiastic about me doing it because it involves crafts which he doesn't have time for. He is helping construct the physical booth though. So I got my daughter involved, and Gigi and her friends came over to my house to make stuff for the booth all together. We were even making costumes. I thought I was doing a good thing, and Gigi seemed so excited. But on Friday, Anna called me and chewed me out. Apparently, she was never okay with me being involved with the booth. She said Chris building it was enough and I should have just stayed out of it. I said that Gigi asked me because they needed adults to help out on the day, but Anna said she was sick of me taking over all the mom stuff and that Gigi needed to learn that if her parents couldn't make it, that's just the way it is. She can't just replace Anna with me. I told her that that seems unfair to Gigi to not be able to do things just because one of her parents isn't able to be there. There have been times I've taken Gigi to birthday parties that need supervision at places like trampoline parks, or taken her to dance competitions where she just didn't want to be the only one there without a female adult to help her change or do her hair and makeup. If I hadn't done those things, Gigi probably would have missed out. Anna said, well, that was Gigi's reality, and she can't just ignore the fact that Anna is her mother, and this is the family that she was born into, not mine. I ended up telling Anna that I never meant to disrespect her, but that I made a commitment to Gigi and to the other parents, so I'm going to do the booth, but after that, if she and Chris want me to step back, then I will. Honestly, I'm really upset about the whole thing. I have my own child. It's not like I'm trying to play mom to Gigi. I just want her to feel supported and not miss out on anything. Chris does his best, but he works crazy hours to support Anna and Gigi. I thought it was a good thing that they had a village to help out, as Anna's family isn't local. I thought since Gigi would come to me for these things, that we were doing right by her. It seems so unfair that she should not have the same experiences as her friends because of something out of everyone's control. But I'm not her parent, and Anna is, and if Anna doesn't mind Gigi missing out, then maybe that's not my business. My own mom thinks Anna is being unfair to Gigi with this request. But my mom was the super involved type, and I know there's tons of kids whose parents don't make it to everything, so maybe we're just an overbearing type and I went too far. Am I the asshole? Edit, because I see this coming a lot. The reason the craft session was at my house is because one of the other girls was supposed to host it, but the house is small for all the girls to be taking over the whole living room. The mom also has another child and was worried about supervising all the kids the whole day. She messaged me privately and asked if I had the space and time to host, and I did. Anna and Chris's place doesn't really have the space in the common area to accommodate the craft making, and I know how stressed Chris is by playdates and probably wouldn't have wanted it at their house. I thought I was helping out that mom by saying yes. I say yes to most things, not because I'm trying to push anyone out or take over, but I guess being a stay-at-home mom to one kid, I feel like it's only fair I should take on a bit of extra kid stuff for other parents where I can. Edit 2, for anyone asking about Anna being driven to things, driving Anna would mean I would need Chris's car, which he needs for work because he needs to haul stuff around. We can't swap cars because mine can't be used for that stuff. So for me to drive Anna in Chris's car, Chris needs to also not be busy, in which case he wouldn't need help. Chris does drive Anna to dance recitals and sports activities when he is available. Let's see what the top comments had to say before we get to the update. One user says, "Not the asshole. Hopefully Anna will cool off and be able to see it from your point of view. It's not about you, it's her grief at the life she could have had. Now she feels like she can't be a good mother to her daughter, and she feels like you're outdoing her with her own kid. It's not about you, it's about Anna's powerlessness and grief." Another asks, "Info. Do you guys facilitate it so that Anna is at these events as well? Like, is she sitting at home alone while her child is growing up and no one is thinking about how to make sure there is someone to do the physical side, but also so that Anna can connect with her child?" Another commenter wrote, "Anna might have been upset that an activity like doing crafts is something she could have participated in, but now she doesn't even get the chance to do that. She shouldn't have chewed you out, but you should maybe try to at least involve her if the activity is doable for her."
This is a really tough situation, but thankfully we have a very detailed update. Hi, a lot of people asked for an update and so many people were really kind and helpful, so I thought I would provide one. Chris and Anna came over the weekend to discuss everything. Just for any avoidance of doubt, Chris always made Anna aware of what I was doing with Gigi, and Anna has confirmed this when we met. A lot of people thought maybe Chris was not relaying the information to her, but that is not the case. Obviously, the first topic was what prompted Anna to contact me. It turns out there's a myriad of things that led to it. First, a few weeks ago, she read Gigi's journal while using her tablet and was hurt by what she read. I'm not going to be sharing what Gigi said out of respect for her privacy, but it's what you'd imagine a kid in her situation would say, just obviously sucks for a parent to read. Anna says she's been continuing to check Gigi's journal as a way to connect with her because since the school year, Gigi has been busy with schoolwork and extracurriculars and is not home or engaging a lot when she is. She knows this is wrong and has stopped doing it now, but she and Chris agreed they're gonna make sure Gigi's school counselor is aware she might be struggling a bit more than she lets on. Second, Anna recently connected with a woman through an online community who said she doesn't let her kids participate in anything that's not completely accessible for her. Anna says she has tried to soft launch this concept with Chris, but Chris said he never understood the full scope of what she was suggesting, and Anna felt like he wasn't taking her seriously, which is why she decided to go straight to the source, also known as me. The third part of this is that Anna has been wanting to move closer to her family. Chris has shut this down as they can't afford to move, it'll be tougher for him to find work there, the education is not as good statistically, Gigi is comfortable here, and Anna's home county, let's just say, doesn't offer a very diverse cultural or political experience, it's also very rural. Chris also cited the lack of support system there because while Anna has family, they all have large families of their own and are not financially stable, and he worries about relying on them. This reasoning especially hurt Anna's feelings, which is what caused her to lash out at me, whom she saw as the main reason Chris didn't want to move, although that's not the case. From the discussion, it seems Anna and Chris are really at an impasse about the move, and Anna says she has considered moving on her own. Anna went on to say that I'm not who she'd have picked for a female role model for her daughter, to which I said I'm not trying to be one, I'm just trying to make sure Gigi doesn't miss out on important childhood experiences. But I reiterated that I'm not gonna force my help on them if it's not a 2 yes, 1 no thing, because I wouldn't want any of my in-laws to do that. Chris and Anna strongly disagree on this issue, and it was just devolving into an argument that I think they should have in private. So until they settle that, I've decided to help with driving only, no extra activities. And I'm also going to try and help with non-Gigi stuff so that it might free Chris up a little to do more things. I'm going to take over grocery shopping and hopefully talk Chris into at least letting me put out some money towards the cost. And I've asked an accountant of mine to get in contact with Chris. She can maybe do an audit of their finances and see where they can move things around to lighten the load. Maybe not, but it's worth a shot. My husband and I are thinking of getting Chris a gas card for Christmas to help with expenses. So for now, I think it's best that I do step back on extra activities with Gigi. I'm not here to cause issues in anyone's marriage, and I do think of parenting as a 2 yes, 1 no thing for the most part. Fundamentally, I think a lot of you are right. This has ended up being more about Chris and Anna's marriage than anything to do with me. There's more going on there that I won't share because it's not really relevant and private between them. But they need to work it out, and I'm definitely not going to insert myself by going off Chris's preferences when I know one parent isn't okay with it. This is a very complex situation, and I really just want the best for everyone, contrary to some people's belief. So I'm just gonna focus on the ways I can make an impact. I feel bad that Gigi might be hurt that I'm less active in the new year, but I'm also hopeful that Chris and Anna will use the Christmas break to really talk and figure out a path forward. Edit. Just to be clear, I'm not totally stepping out of Gigi's life. I'm still gonna do drop-offs and pickups from extracurriculars and school and friends' houses. When I say step back, I'm talking about not doing dance mom duty or hosting playdates. We're hoping easing Chris's burdens will free him up to take over that stuff so Gigi isn't disadvantaged. This is truly heartbreaking for everyone involved, but I have to be honest, Anna reading her daughter's journal and then wanting to limit Gigi's activities to only things she can do, that is really concerning. It sounds like misery loves company. It is understandable that Anna is grieving her old life, but dragging her daughter down and preventing her from having a childhood just because the mom is disabled is unfair. The original poster is being an amazing aunt, and I hope Chris can stand his ground for his daughter's sake. Next up, we have a story about boundaries and finances. Am I the asshole for giving my son's girlfriend a budget for the dinner she's making? My son, 23 male, graduated university back in June, and he moved back across the country to live with us since he found a job in the area. He's been in a long-distance relationship with his girlfriend, Carmela, 21 female, until October. She initially took a semester off from college and was living with her mom. However, she's decided she's not going back. Her mom says she would have to move out, and she had nowhere to go. My son is moving into his own place in January and had already invited her to move in. He said she could get a job in the area. However, she needed to move out sooner, and they both asked me if she could move in. I agree. Neither are paying rent, as I personally don't believe in charging my kids to live here, so it felt wrong to charge Carmela any. I just asked that they clean up after themselves and be respectful for everyone. They agreed. Carmela moved in after Halloween, and she's been a joy to have here. She's still looking for a job. Most nights she's offered to cook dinner to give back to us. I've always told her it's not necessary, but she insists. She's a good cook, so I tell her if she wants to, have at it. A week into her living here, she mentioned wanting to make a certain dish, but we didn't have the ingredients. I offered to give her my card so she can buy groceries. Since then, it's become a regular thing. I didn't mind it initially. She picked up my groceries as well, and it seemed to be a good deal all around. But then a couple of weeks in, she started wanting to make multiple trips a week and buy things that I normally wouldn't budget for on a regular basis, such as steak and seafood. I asked her on Sunday when she went to the store to please get everything she needed in one trip. She said okay. I thought that solved the problem. Cut to Monday night, and we finished dinner. She and her son are talking while I'm doing the dishes. Carmela mentions wanting to make steak on Thursday. My son says that sounds good. Carmela says she'll have to go back to the store. My son turns to me and says, "Mom, give her the card." I tell him no. I say I already gave her money to go shopping on Sunday and told her to get everything she needed. I also said we can't swing everyone having steaks this week, 6 people in the house, but maybe I can make them for Christmas dinner. I then go on to say if Carmela wants to keep cooking for us, which I appreciate, I'm going to put her on a budget. I apologize for not doing it sooner. Carmela looks upset and my son seems offended. Later, my son tells me I embarrass Carmela when she's just trying to be nice. I said I appreciate her cooking dinner, but she's doing it on my dime, and I can't afford this. I pointed out he's free to give her money to do this. My son pointed out they're only here for a few more weeks. Can't I just make my guest happy? Am I really in the wrong here?
Let's see what the internet has to say about this gourmet situation. Regardless of her intentions, treating you as an unlimited bank for food purchases is disrespectful. Capping your food expenses is a completely reasonable thing to do. Not the asshole. Sit down with both of them, tell her that you love her cooking, but you'll have to stick to a budget because you don't have a money tree in the backyard. P.S. If your son complains again, ask him if he's going to give her an unlimited food budget when they move in together. I'll bet his tune changes at that thought. No assholes here. She probably had no idea you didn't like the arrangement, and the average 21-year-old is pretty clueless. She probably is embarrassed, and that's okay. It's okay to experience negative emotions when you unwittingly do something wrong, especially to someone already doing you a favor. Your son needs a reality check. I think the girlfriend is also kinda in asshole territory, swiping her boyfriend's mom's card without considering the cost of what she's buying. Maybe she thought mom was rich, but that's also not a good assumption to run with. I am worried about Miss Carmela. She quit school to go live with a guy. Now she has an unfinished degree and no job. Her budgeting skills seem a bit shaky. It was very nice that she offered to cook, but the fact she thought it was okay to buy expensive ingredients without asking is odd. Add to this brewing mess the son's mindset that this is all okay. I see trouble ahead. Honestly, the son is the biggest red flag here. Mom, give her the card. Excuse me? That entitlement is off the charts. The mom is already letting 2 adults live there rent-free. Putting them on a budget isn't embarrassing, it is responsible adulting. If the son wants steak so badly for 6 people, he can open his own wallet. Final story for today, and this one involves some serious financial entitlement. Am I the asshole because I won't let my mom and stepdad use my money to pay for a different kind of skin graft for my stepsister? Before my mom met my stepdad, my stepsister, 12 female, was badly burned and ended up needing skin grafts. Her face, chest, and belly were burned. Her chest and belly weren't as bad, but her face was, and she needed a few skin grafts. You could always tell she had skin grafts and burns, and she's been bullied in school on and off because of it. 2 years ago, my stepdad found out about some different type of skin graft or treatment that can make it look better, but it was expensive. My mom and him started saving up for that because insurance doesn't cover it. But then she needed emergency surgery for her appendix, and they had to use that money to cover some of the medical bills. They didn't have a lot saved to begin with. I, 17 male, spent the summer out of state with my dad's family like I do every year. My dad died when I was 5, and most of my summers are spent with them. This year, they sent me home with a lot of money. It's in an account they made for me that I can access at any time. In mid-September, my mom found out about the account because she saw me access it and saw how much I had in it. She asked where it came from, and I told her. Then she asked me why I never mentioned it, and I told her I didn't see why I'd have to. She told my stepdad, and the two of them told me the money in the account would help pay a large percentage of the new skin graft they want my stepsister to have. They told me they could find a way to make up the rest. I told them I wasn't giving them the money for that, though. My stepdad asked me why the hell not, and I said because it's not for her, it's for me. My mom tried over the next few weeks to talk me around, but she couldn't. By now, she's told me about 3 times that she's disappointed in me, and she doesn't understand why I wouldn't want my stepsister's life to get better. My stepdad told me I shouldn't spend Thanksgiving with them if I won't help my stepsister. He said Thanksgiving is for families, and I'm not acting much like a brother. I told him that's because I'm a stepbrother, not a brother. So I won't be spending Thanksgiving with them. But am I the asshole for not using the money for my stepsister?
Let's check the comments to see who is in the wrong. Not the asshole. That's the money your dad left for you to secure your future. It's wrong for them to try to force you to give it up. Sorry about your stepsister, but your mom and stepdad should just find another way. I'm going out on a limb and assuming there's a reason the dad's family set it all up for Original Poster with his mom out of the loop. Original Poster should look into going to stay with his dad's family and then tell mom and stepdad, "Mom, you are disappointed and that's okay as you are free to feel anyhow you want to feel about it. Stepdad, you say I should not spend Thanksgiving because I am not acting like family. Well, both of you treat me like a bank. Let me break it down. Both of you have the same problem. I refuse to be your ATM. Well, in a few months when I am 18 and graduate, you will no longer have that problem. You will not have my money, and I will not be in your house or family. Everyone wins, not the asshole. It's gutting stepsis went through that, but it's not a burden to throw on you. Not the asshole. Your father's family probably wants you to use that money for school and stuff. Using it for this and suffering later will be really bad for your future. Not the asshole. Because the money is in no way meant for your stepfather, his daughter, or even your mother for that matter. Them banishing you from Thanksgiving only proves that they are now willing to marginalize you to get their hands on it. And it won't stop there. Make certain you keep your funds safely tucked away, and you may even have to let your dad's family know that any future money passed along to you needs to be safeguarded because your mother and her husband feel entitled to it. This is manipulation at its finest. That money came from your late father's family, specifically for you and your future, college, housing, or whatever you need to start your life. It is not for your stepdad's daughter. It is tragic what happened to her, but uninviting you to Thanksgiving because you won't give up your inheritance, that shows they only care about your wallet, not you. Guard that money with your life and get out of there as soon as you turn 18. That wraps up our stories for today, guys. I want to know, would you have given the money to help the stepsister, or do you think the original poster was right to protect his inheritance? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed these stories, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Stay safe, keep your boundaries strong, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!